Welcome here tonight to Pepper Stadium for this excellent Monday night clash against the Panthers and the Raiders. I'm here in the box tonight, AMAC, and sitting next to me here is Snicko Bro. Hey, Snicko.
Hey, AMAC, and what a night to be here. We get to see two terrific teams going against each other. Of course, it's looking like neither will make the finals, but don't let that take away from the fact that this could be a real shootout.
Yeah, last week after the ladder came out, our co-commissioner Sonny Tyre unfortunately said the Panthers can't make the finals. I do think the Raiders are in with an outside chance, so if they have a win tonight, they might be in with a sneaky little 8th place position. So you never know, Snicko.
Yeah, of course, they're still statistically likely, but the odds are not in their favour, I would say, at the moment. And yeah, the poor Panthers, unfortunately, when you don't win many games, you can't make the finals, as I learnt too many times at the Warriors.
Yep, and I think the challenge tonight for the Raiders is they're going to be without their star lock. Jordan Lewis out injured with a meniscus tear.
Yeah, and he's done some sort of dodgy turkey surgery to be back for next week, or that's what the reports are saying anyway. Normally that's a 6-week injury, but maybe peptides, I'm not really sure. Somehow Jordan Lewis is going to be back on the field.
Yep. And here we go with Panthers. First look at the ball, and Ray Romano is already making his way up the field and having a massive impact so far, playing it for the third on the 50. We got Mendonca again, breaking the line, working their way up over the 40, playing it there for the fourth. Bailey Wilson out to White. Nice little lit pass to Johnson, and it looks like the Panthers have got an excellent first start to start the game there, Snicker.
Yeah, they have. It's a really good set, and they've also had a bit of a reshuffled forward line with a new hooker, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes throughout the game. Of course, hooker's one of the most important positions in the SRL. And I thought they were doing all right with Jaden White there, but he's at 7 now, so going to be really interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, Bailey Wilson at 9 is going to be a nice little test for them. But, as Bailey Wilson picks it up, and he's over. Oh, wonderful stuff there.
That was actually interesting. I can't believe the Raiders have thrown the ball away like that. And I guess sometimes change is as good as a holiday, and Bailey Wilson might put off his Bali holiday by 1 week after that try.
Yep. So even though Panthers aren't in for a shot of the finals, these little tests they're making look like they're already working great. So we'll see if Jaden White can knock this over, and we might have a 6-0 start within 3 minutes.
Yeah, and with John Boy, of course, taking over as captain of the Panthers next season, every game from here on out for the Panthers, it's kind of an audition. Will they keep their spots? Will John Boy ring mass changes? I guess we won't know until signings happen. Actually, you at AMAC, you're in this position as well, where you have to watch another club that you're going to take over and try and see which players you're going to keep and which are going to go in the trash heap. So not bad from Bailey Wilson there.
No, really good. And that's always difficult coming into a team not even having the season over yet, figuring out which ones want to stay and which ones want to go. So good luck to John Boy, and I hope he signs some real good fish.
Maybe towards the 60th minute, we can pick our own Panthers team. What do you think? So say who will keep and who will cut.
Yeah, that'll be fun. As Mataus throws it away. Berkeley picking it up, and the Raiders are in the exact same position that the Panthers found themselves in. Caval working it up, pushing for some good post-contact meters, almost getting to the try line there to play it for a second. James, quick little passes down the sideline, and Flynn, is he going to stay in? Staying in there. Laying out to Caval, pushes. Do you think he's made it there, Snicko?
I think so, but I don't have my glasses on, so we'll have to wait to see what the video says. Yeah, easy.
Oh, yeah, he's easy. So, 2 tries so far within 10 minutes, and both off errors from the other side. So, if I'm not mistaken, we might be in for a very high-scoring match tonight.
Yeah, it's a bit symptomatic of where these teams are in the ladder, where they just seem to make mistakes and let the other team capitalise. They've both done it so far. I also think we were talking about captaincy and that kind of thing with the Raiders. Wally Allen, of course, taking over next season, I believe it's him. Might not be, I think it is. With Tim James going, of course, Jordan Lewis is on the sidelines at the moment. He's been shopped around Queensland in the last week. So a similar situation for them. Even if they win this game and don't go on to make finals, they're going to want to put their best foot forward to make sure they have a contract for next year.
Yep, and Wally Allen, he's been a stalwart Raider for a long, long time. It's good to see him finally get a captain's role, and we're hoping good things happen to him as well.
Yeah, only moderately good. I don't need him challenging for the top 4 or anything like that, but a top 8, I'd be happy to see that for Raiders team.
Nah, close competition's a good one. As Harry Cheddar returns the ball, making good some runs, playing it there for his first. Thompson out to Daly. Daly can't break the line. Panthers pushing him back hard. Playing it there. James out to Berkeley, out to Blaine. Steps around but can't quite make through the line. The Raiders find it very hard to work their way out of their half here as Tim James, stiff arms, going to go for a 40-20. Oh. And that's not the kick.
No, that's a 40
at all.
40-45.
40-45. So Berkeley, I think someone should be taking him aside and reneging his kicking license there. At least it didn't make it all the way over the sideline.
Yeah, it wasn't out on the full, and it was interesting to see Tim James there. Got some ball not out of dummy half and got the good fend on. So he was potentially a lock option for this week with Jordan Lewis sitting down. But they've gone with Charlie Rossini, who's back after a 1-week vacation. Oh, wow, it's Cody Mansell goes straight through.
Oh, that was it's kind of surprising. You never see Barnes wrong-footed like that, but there you go. Mansell back from a lovely little resting vacation last week after he was out injured, and the Pink Panther over for his first of the night.
Yeah, too easy for Cody Mansell, and you're right. I can't remember the last time Eli Barnes did the big Superman dive. Maybe signs that his head's elsewhere going into this transfer period.
The next couple of weeks are going to be full of those rumours with all sorts of players. It's kind of exciting to sit on the sideline a little bit and have a look at and have a guess at where some people are off to.
Yeah, guessing. That's exactly what's been going on.
Yes. Yeah, because again, we want to stress nothing is formal until there's handshakes. No, we don't want to be caught in any of those sorts of controversies, do we, Snicker?
Well, can you actually tamper at the moment now that the window's open? I'm not not 100% clear on the rules. Yeah, so there is no controversy as long as you've been good up until last Thursday. I don't know if there actually can be any issues.
Okay.
I'm sure someone could think of something, but off the top of my head.
So someone will come up with something, and Johnson almost breaking through the line there and dragged back real quick. Mendonca out to White. Downey breaking through the line. Offloading it to Allison, and Allison's off down the field. Where has this been all season for Panthers? They are absolutely electric so far tonight. As Wilson out to Mateus. White trying to do a little dummy and not quite making it through. Playing it there at the 40. Mendonca out to Mateus again. Slowing down a little bit, but making some good post-contact meters there. Wilson out back on the inside to Allison. And the Panthers, another excellent set there after points.
Yeah, terrific set for him. And this bomb could be a crossbar bomb, actually, so it could get even better. No.
That was almost danger signs there from Barnes. But he taken down by some good Panthers defense as Cheddar tries to push through the line. Doesn't quite get there, but makes some good post-contact meters. Rossini, locked for tonight, working up. Gets there to about the 25, and the Raiders again finding it very difficult to work out of their red zone. Not even to the 40 yet. Playing it there for their 4. We'll see if they have another 40-20 a go at it.
Oh, no.
And oh, no. Oh, again. Maybe they should try to get a bit further because those 40-20s aren't working for them tonight so far.
Not at all. And you said a couple of minutes ago, where's this been all season for the Panthers? I guess if you get to verse a team without their captain and lock, you're going to do some damage, but they've really capitalised on that. And both in attack and defence, it looks like the majority of this game could be played in the Raiders' end as they get a little offside penalty. I'd say that's almost cynical.
Yeah, I've seen that sort of thing penalised, but against the opposition side for throwing
Yeah,
it into
arm goes up the other
the
way.
offside player. Yeah, but we've got Will Kay tonight. I think he's a bit happy with the Panthers going the way they are, so he's not going to keep the whistle in his pocket, as it
Yeah, a
is.
bit whistle happy.
Yep. As the Panthers go up 14-6, and we're only about to hit the 13-minute mark. So very good sign so far.
Yeah, not only are the total points for the match beating the clock, but the Panthers are doing it by themselves at the moment. So, yeah, without Jordan Lewis, I think the Raiders, they're just a bit loose in the middle. And regardless of how the points have come, if you keep inviting the opposition into your own half, eventually you're going to pay for it. And that's what's happened to the Raiders here.
Yep. As Prakash takes it up for the first, plays it just on the other side of the 20. And Mataus going down that side, which has been so potent, but the Raiders smother that so far, and Lomu plays it there just almost where they played it beforehand. Back on the inside to Allison. Just over the 30 for his third. Again, going down that side, and Marks almost gets around. Marks was fairly good at fullback last week, don't you think, Snicker?
I thought he was really good. Storm are a hard team to play against. You don't get a lot of opportunities for big kick busts and things like that, but Cyrus Marks, he scored a double, I think. I know one was off a bat back. I can't exactly remember how he scored the other one, but I think, yeah, when they got into that red zone, he made his presence known.
Yep. So again, hopefully all those captains out there are looking at all these teams and going, ooh, tricky little inside pass there to Cheddar. Looking at all the options out there and seeing who can fill up some blank holes, as Rossini over the halfway, playing it there for the third. Berkeley out to Barnes, can't get around and is forced to play the ball there. Tim James, lovely little outside of dummy. And the Raiders about to put in a good little attacking kick from the looks of things. And no. Oh,
They thought about it.
No, they thought about it. And that just shows a little bit of a lack of experience there from Rossini at lock, taking the ball and just hitting up for the fifth there.
Yeah, I'd probably prefer it, though, over the kicking 5 metres or straight into the opposition second row like they've done already tonight. Maybe running it actually was not a bad play. And I think one thing to touch on for the Panthers, Matt Downey is sort of the forgotten man at the Panthers, with Allison and Prakash making up the other prop and lock position. He doesn't get a lot of plaudits, but tonight he's been really good. He's really set the tone early on for this Panthers team.
Yeah, you love seeing a big old prop running down the field, and he's made a couple of breaks tonight. So well-earned rest coming off in the next 3 or so minutes, as the Panthers forced to play it there and boot down the field just shy of the 40. And good kick from Matus. Let's see if Flynn can come back and make some. No, he can't. Smothered there again. This Panthers defense tonight is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's been really good. Yeah, a little line break there. Noticeably on Flynn as well. With the tier list coming out, he's gone up to a silver, so he's going to have to sort of prove his worth in this team now that he's not just a bronze moving forward as his career grows. Oh, bad held in tackle penalty there.
Ooh,
but it's like the Panthers know that he's going to try and prove himself tonight, and every time they've kicked it to him, Sean Metcalf has had him in the pocket immediately.
Yep. It's kind of funny how much the signing period starts to revitalise some clubs and some players. It gets a bit infectious how exciting it is. As Wally Allen playing it there for their first on the 20. Props about to go off, so this will be the last chance for the Raiders to really muscle their way over if they want to slowly drag back some of this deficit. As Thompson back in for Daly, playing it there 5 metres out from the line, third tackle. Barnes, that was too easy for Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes classic there, isn't it? You're getting close to the line, he's going to find a way to score.
Oh, Mansour blowing up maybe, a little bit of obstruction there, but the refs, they won't have a bar of it.
Yeah, I think he just got caught flat-footed there, Mansour, when Eli Barnes put on a little step. He just wasn't able to cover at all. Just on the Raiders props, it's interesting. They have Harry Cheddar, I think, in Daly, Justice or Jerome, one of the Dailies in their prop rotation starting. So they're not a team noted for their strong props front, like straight up. They did have Rossini coming off the bench for a while in that prop role, and it was pretty good. But of course, he's starting at lock tonight, so it's going to be up to Liam Schroding Day. It's his second game, and he was pretty good last week on debut. Had the extended minutes with Jordan Lewis going off. He's going to have to once again step up and try and give this team some impact as he comes onto the field.
Yep, and he'll be partnered by Lucy Driscoll as well, so that'll be an interesting challenge there for the Raiders. We've got Lind and Riggle coming in from the Panthers in a second, so these first half of the first half changes are going to be very interesting and crucial. As Rossini, another little line break working up the field, so he's starting to come into his own so far. Snicko?
Yeah, some tired props. Although they would have just changed, actually. I was going to say some tired props giving him some gaps, but yeah, he took 20 minutes to sort of warm up and get into things, but Rossini is really starting to find some form. There he is again.
There he is again. So he might, if that's his position for the Raiders next year, he might not be a bad choice so far, as there's Schrodinger working his way up to the 30, and the Raiders may be thinking about a cheeky little punt kick. Yeah, Thompson. Oh, just over the head of the defensive line. Mendonca grabs it and starts working his way up the field, and the Panthers are going to be in some great field position if they can keep the ball rolling up the field this set.
Yeah, Mendonca's on.
Mansour. He's off, and Barnes has got to catch him. Oh, it's not Barnes. He leaves it to his other players, and Barnes heads back, but they're playing it for their second on the 10th. White pushing forward, muscling forward, 5 meters out, third tackle. And Wilson, double. I think Wilson has found himself a spot next year so far, Snicko.
Oh, he's been outstanding. I haven't actually seen him play hooker before. He's been in the second row for a lot of the time I've been in the SRL, and he popped up at prop a little bit as well. But hooker's a new spot for him, in my experience, and maybe he's been there before my time. I'm not sure, but he's been pretty capable so far.
Yeah, Bailey Wilson was one of the rookies who came through with my rookie draft, so he's been here since about season 4, and not making a lot of waves. But if this is how he's going to play season 9, I think they're going to see some big things from Panthers.
Yeah, the most I actually heard out of Bailey Wilson was when Shack Attack called him out a couple of weeks ago before our respective game. It was the first time I think I'd seen him talk since I joined the server. He's been a little bit more active since then, of course, being named captain. And he's been certainly very active in this game tonight.
Yeah, as we have Penrith 20, Canberra 12, really beating that clock now, as we got Thompson kicking off. And Mansour. Ooh, risky pass out to Riggle, but he grabs it and he plays it there on the 20 for the first. Playing it slow, Wilson. Allison bumps off one. Second tackle just shy of the 40. Panthers not letting the foot off just yet. White out to Johnson. Again, good post, strong contact meters. Oh, the Raiders, they're really playing with fire here, Snicko. They're really trying to slow down that play the ball.
Yeah, it's nervy watching, especially with Jordan Lewis already missing. If they go too far and get potentially the sin bin, they could have a player missing again next week. Yeah, almost taking a nap in the ruck in that set.
Yep, as Demando tries to get around, but that Panthers defense is just resolute. Playing it there just over the 20-meter mark. And there's Wally Allen, captain for next season, making a good 10 meters there. Oh, forward pass from Tim James. Not what you want at all.
Yeah, and if I know Tim, he's going to blame the ball runner there in Schroding, but I think that was all the hooker.
Yep. And Panthers. Oh, that was a risky one. 6 again. Wow. The Panthers, we might have another try within the set. So let's have Lomu playing it just over the 10 for their first. 5 big tackles coming. Allison pushing forward, almost getting there. 2 meters shy. Wilson, Mataus pushing forward on his back. 1 meter shy. Third tackle. Wilson almost trying it again, but they're ready for it this time, and they push him back. 4th tackle. Metcalf out to Johnson. Oh, cheeky inside. Oh, almost makes it over. 5th tackle. Mataus. This Panthers outfit tonight is just blazing it. And there's Mataus, a cheeky 6 over for his first of the night.
Yeah, Mataus, just sort of went crash play that whole set. Really drew in the Raiders defence. And then when they went too wide of the right, there was just a big hole waiting for Mataus. Good vision again, Bailey Wilson. That's 2 tries and now a try assist. Maybe he's found his position because he has been outstanding tonight.
And of course, everyone would be hoping with one of our Muzz bets that a few more halves are doing some try assists, but it looks like it's the Bailey Wilson show tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many halves we've got try assists so far in this game. Of course, we want 3+. We could just wait till Wednesday. Houston will get them.
Ah, no. Oh yeah, Houston goes off at the Storm.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, Oshaole will.
Yep. Oshaole's always good for a couple. As we got Thompson booting it down the field. And Shaw back on the inside for Lind, and Lind, strong return. Almost makes it up to his 20. Wilson out to Lomu. It looks like the Raiders are starting to give a bit more back in defence. Tied forwards coming on for the Panthers as we got Wriggle out to Lind. Makes it up to his 20. Up to his 30, I should say. Sorry, playing it there for his third. Lomu again. Pushing it up to the 40, and we might see a 40-20 chance here. Way back in the thing for Mataus. And he has the angle, but he just doesn't have the meterage. As Barnes forced to play it there for his 40. So a bit more of a better defensive effort from the Raiders, Snicker.
Yeah, really good. And I thought it was also good from Barnes. He stopped very light-footed like a cat down that sideline. Just seemed to... Because we often see the fullback take the ball over the sideline, and he's done very well there to stop the... We essentially call it a 40-20 when the fullback does it, and I thought that was what was going to happen for sure. And instead, it's the Raiders 35 metres out and the chance to put on some points.
Yeah, I won't lie. There's a couple of times I've held my breath for some of those kicks as you see the fullback come across, and it's always a bit nerve-wracking. As we got the Raiders, nice little boot up high, and Romano grabs it, makes it around, bumps another bump. My goodness, that boy can run.
Yeah, he just seemed to break tackles like it was no one's business. It's really interesting. He starts at wing with Mendonca at centre, not the conventional pick you'd say for them two, but it's working tonight.
Yep, and Romano, he's only been in the side for about a season or two, but he's really making that place his own. Yeah, so here we go. Panthers just over the halfway line, playing it there for their fourth. Oh, almost a bit of a juggle, and Johnson works his way up to the 20, and the Panthers, with a little bit of magic, kicking attack coming yet again. And White puts it up for the 10. Barnes, safe hands, but can't get anywhere and is absolutely monstered. So we're heading into a little bit of a holding pattern now. Snicko, what do you think the Raiders need to do to get themselves out of these doldrums?
I think they just need a bust, hey. Oh, as we see from Wally Allen, yeah, if they can get an attacking kick like that to respond, I think that's how they keep staying this game. If they have to go to the punt kick and let someone like Cody Mansour or Errol Ray even run, that's when they're going to get into issues. But they've done well here. 2 line breaks in this set should set them up for an attacking kick to finish.
Yeah, how many times have we said it throughout the year? If in doubt, give it to Barnes and let him work his magic. As the Raiders playing it just shy of the 10. We'll see what type of attacking kick they can put up here. Berkeley, nice bomb, nice placed. At back. Why'd he pass it? Why'd he pass it? He was over.
That's a brain snap if I've ever seen one.
And the Raiders, they'll be ruining that. But the Panthers, a little bit thankful. They dodged a bullet just there, working their way out. Lomu up and over the 20.
They didn't just dodge a bullet. That's a whole rocket launcher. I'm not sure if Barnes has ever been that close to the line without scoring.
No, and that man is a monster. He can't be stopped, and God help whoever doesn't get him in their side next year, as we have White working over their 50. Allison passing it out. Lind almost breaking through, but he's able to get to the 40 for some good field position and a good little punt to come here from the Panthers. As Flynn, let's see what he can do this time. And he's off. And he's already wrong-footed Mansour. And that's it. Shut the door. Flynn is off. Flying Flynn, winding down the field and over under the bars.
Yeah, fleet-footed Flynn flew down the field there. No one touched him once he went past Mansour. We spoke about how he's moved up to a silver and needs to justify his worth, and I think he's done that right there.
You love a bit of alliteration there, Snicko. And Flynn loving those lovely runs down the field. And Thompson, if he's not going to do anything silly here, will be bringing it back to an 8-point game with 3 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, Thompson will slot this season. What did you say? Alliteration? What's that? Sorry, AMAC?
Alliteration. Here we go. Teacher moment, where you repeat the first letter of a word multiple times in a sentence.
Right,
there
Roger.
You go. You thought you could get away with just watching sports? Nah. You're all a little bit smarter. As we got White kicking off for what feels like the first time in the night, but obviously probably isn't. Again, 2 minutes left to go before halftime.
Yeah, and 44 points in one half. We spoke about a shootout. That's exactly what we've got.
I mean, the Broncos-Titans game earlier in the season was a hell of a scoring match. I'm wondering if this is going to tip that one over.
Yeah, I'm surprised you brought that one up because from memory, it wasn't you guys that did a lot of the scoring, sadly. You scored 30 though, actually, didn't you? Just unfortunately,
yeah.
Titans scored a lot more. Yeah.
We were on the wrong side of that record, but we're still part of the record, so give the Titans their due and let them reap that little record for a little bit to see. I'm not a small man, Snicko, as Allison, 5 minutes out of the line.
That'd just about be the last game they won anyway, the Titans.
Yeah, actually, you're probably right there. As Downey, just shy of the line. Oh, White, risky ball. 40 seconds left. The Panthers, they've got to play the balls. Almost. The cash almost over. 1 to go. Can they go into the halftime break with 30-plus points? And, of course, we're just doing the no try. Formulaic, really. Panthers with their last go. Adaus with a cheeky bomb. No one really contesting it, and we're going to go back into halftime with a 26-18 scoreline.
Yeah, I think it's time for me to get a sausage roll.
And welcome back to the second half of this electrifying game of Penrith versus Canberra versus the clock. Snicko, some very interesting stats we saw during the halftime break there.
Yeah, we did, but I don't feel like speaking about them because I actually read into Lennox Prokash's manager downstairs and heard about this newfound eligibility change with Pacifica. It turns out he has a great aunt who is a Queenslander as well, born in Fiji, and so he's decided to represent both of those teams. I've never actually heard of a single New South Wales player representing New South Wales one season and then switching to Queensland, and I think it's outrageous. Maybe even cowardly. I'm not really sure. I used to like Lennox, and I probably still do. But this decision of his, it doesn't sit well with me. What do you think, AMAC?
They call it state of origin, not state of choice there, Snicko.
Yeah, and it's a state of mind if you're going to be like that. Maybe neither team would pick you anyway. I guess we'll find out when Sonny Tai does his selections next season. I'm not sure I'd want a Queensland player who converted to New South Wales, no matter who they were. Playing for New South Wales, it just wouldn't sit right with me. So he might have worked himself out of a role for either state here.
Yeah, as the Raiders, not a very good start to their first half. Beats grabbing the ball and running instead of kicking it. So we'll see if the Panthers can keep their onslaught up. As Downey swallowed up by their tackle there. Playing it on the halfway for the first. White back on the inside. White, for those Muzz betters out there, is already at 2 try assists. So keep your eyes peeled, responsible betters, and we'll see if we can get that Muzz bet out and done for you with the first game of the round. Irwin Out to White, out to Mendonca, tries to fancy down the sideline, and he does, but is brought down there. 8 meters out, 4th tackle. Romano out to Wilson. Wilson pushing forward, but turned on his back. Just shy of the line, and the Panthers will see if they've got some magic or some misery. Romano, cheeky little kick, and chases it and beats, running off down the field, doing his best Barnes impression, and makes it just over the 30.
Yeah, Preston beats the whole defensive line there. It seemed to just, he picked it up, I reckon, a metre from his own dead ball line and made it out to the 30. So a great run from him. And it's kind of what the Raiders need. They weren't too great the first 20. Their forwards got bashed around a bit. Lucy Driscoll and Liam Schrodinger slowly brought back the tide, and now it's going to be down to Preston Beats fresh on the field to make an impact.
Yep, and alongside Preston on this will be Lightning McQueen. So a little bit of speed out there. We'll see if the Raiders, 30 minutes out, can do a little bit more than what they did in the first half. Booting it down to be taken back by Marks, who's moved out to the wing. 25 out, starting his first. So he's been a little bit quiet tonight, Marks. The Raiders have done their video work quite well and have been able to contain him so far.
Yeah, and I think that's important with Ixotoki out there now as well. He's a second half specialist. I'm actually not sure if he's ever seen first half football in the SRL, but he does seem to make an impact when he comes on. So between him and Marks, that left edge will be looking dangerous for the Panthers if they can just get some quality ball.
Yep, as Irwin makes his way over the 50, but the Raiders are able to keep them there, and the Panthers are going to have to boot themselves down the field. As we got White, lovely little kick all the way down to Demando. Demando, green headgear, can't really make it much further with some resolute, staunch defense there from the Panthers. So we haven't seen the attacking flair so far that we saw in the first half, Snicker. It looks like some of those dressing room attacks from both those captains have done their work.
Yeah, I was actually standing outside both the doors, and you're right, they were attacks. They were personal and they were vicious. And both teams have really sort of stepped up. And speaking of personal and vicious attacks, Lennox switching from EU to Pacifica, I think that's personal and vicious towards any EU representative.
Oh, yeah, I would not like to be the EU dressing room when the rest of those boys hear that. But Pacifica sounds like they're going to be a force to reckon with, as Romano
Paper bags.
twinkle toes his way. The rep games at the end of this season are going to be fraught with all sorts of fights. I'm beginning to see already there, Snicker.
Yeah, of course, we don't condone fighting, but what happens on the field stays on the field. As Romano gets a little line break there.
Romano's been everywhere so far. He's been kicking, he's been running, he's been breaking the line. He's been a great little asset for the Panthers. As White almost makes it to his 10th for the 4th. And the Panthers are going to find themselves into some great... Oh, harbour ball pass. Prakash almost makes it to the line. Playing it shy of the line for their 5th.
Where's Jaden White?
Ooh. No. Mateus just running it up. 5 meters out. Not the attack, but they're relying on their defense from the sounds of things. As Beats breaks the line again. That monster can't stop him.
Yeah, he's huge, and he's gone through twice now in 2 touches, so I certainly bring the energy. He's got 9 minutes left in his stint. He's going to want to make an impact.
Thompson back on the inside for James. Has anyone seen Marcus Square and Preston Beats stand side by side, I wonder?
Well, we know Preston Beats isn't Marcus Square because we haven't seen him popping up in the SRL chat at the most inopportune times.
As Wally Allen plays it there for his 4th. Out to Thompson, long out to Berkeley. Berkeley makes it just shy of the 30. Probably not enough for an attacking kick, but the Raiders will try their best to keep the Panthers in their half for this set. Romano around again. Almost makes it around Barnes. Romano, he's really turned it up for this second half so far, Snicker.
Yeah, I think he's really, really underrated. I know I didn't really think much of him. To be honest, he's been stuck at centre a lot of time at the Panthers, but if this is what he can produce on the wing, I think a few teams could come knocking on his door this season.
Yeah, the Panthers have made some really good choices so far. Wilson into 9, Romano into 5. I think whoever cooked up the team list this week, has really done themselves well, as the Raiders giving away a 4th tackle penalty. Not what you want to see at all.
No, definite coach killer, those ones, especially when it looked like there wasn't much going on in terms of finishing that set for the Panthers. But they've been piggybacked downfield now. It's going to be up to the likes of Tim James as acting captain to really stand up here and make sure that this lead doesn't go out further than 8 points.
Yep, as Allison plays it on the 20 for their first. Mataus, some one-up stuff, makes another 10 meters, playing it on the 10 for their second. So lots of time left in this set to attack the line. Out wide to Lomu. Lomu pushing forward. Only makes 5, but 5 dangerous meters. Back on out to Itsutoki, but he's pushed back by some strong defense for the 4th. Down the blind side, Marks can't get around. Great tackle. 5th tackle. Too short of the line. What's going to happen? Allison kicks it high. Oh, Mansour grabs it, but he can't do anything with it. Excellent defense there by the Raiders.
Yeah, great defense there by the Raiders, and they needed that. As Beats goes through for a 3rd line break, what a man. He's having an absolute outstanding stint here. The Raiders, they needed to hold on there, because if this lead burgeoned out any further than it already is, it'd be a bit hard to come back for. They're already in the deficit. They don't need to go any further down. They're going to really rely on their 60-minute subs to make an impact here and hopefully give them the field position so the likes of Barnes, Riley Flynn, if he can touch some ball, Demando even can start to cook here and put some points on.
And for the first time in the match, Snicko, the clock is beating both teams. So both teams' defense have really turned up in this first 15 minutes as Beats, there he is again, playing it there on the 40.
Yeah, to be fair, a lot of things have beaten both these teams this season.
Oh, speaking of which, not what you want to see as the Panthers, Marks, twinkle toeing through the try line, through the defensive line and working his way up into the half. Prakash pushing forward, playing it there for the second, just shy of the 30. Wilson out to White. Owen. Haven't seen a lot of Owen tonight because he's in the 16, which is a very interesting move from the Panthers there. As Mataus pushes over for the 20.
Oh.
And another.
Take the 2, lads.
Oh, take the 2. No, don't take the 2. I've got Panthers.
This won't give me a try assist. And this won't give me a Jaden White try assist either.
Match fixing. As this should go over quite easily, and the Panthers will be out to a 20-point lead. No, 10-point lead. My goodness, that's why I'm an English teacher.
I was wondering why you're complaining about the 19. I thought this takes us to 10. This is what we want. But yeah, I'm not too good with my numbers, so I'm glad you corrected yourself.
No, maths is my Horcrux there, Snicko. If you ask me a maths question, I will respond with a hearty hand gesture and then walk away. As Thompson ready to kick off down the field. So we've got about 20 minutes left in the match, 23 minutes left in the match, Snicko. What has to happen if the Raiders want to draw this back?
I think they need to go back to their roots, which was forgetting about defense and just start running tries. In the first half, they let the Panthers get out to a little bit of a roll on, but then they came back. So if they can just get that attack on again, they might be in with a good shot here. But for the moment, maybe stop giving away 4th tackle penalties could be key.
Especially because the next 4th tackle penalty, you'll see another Raider sitting on the sideline for a game.
Yeah, no, or the early holiday, so don't need to take a mid-season holiday as well.
Omu, lovely ball, but met with some strong defense there in the Panthers. A good set after points, making it to their 40. Hopefully a good kick to finish off the set. Banging it down the field for Demando. We'll see what Demando can do. He can't do anything. He's met heartily. And I think that's been the story of the night so far by the Raiders.
Yeah, I think that Mataus kicked it, and then his half partner, Jaden White, got down there and got a stop on. And that's good synergy from the 2 of them. And it means that, once again, Raiders are going to be working out of their own half. And Preston Beats has just run off the field, so it's going to be up to someone else to get him out of trouble this time.
Yeah. Run off the field, lumbering off the field. That man was exhausted by the looks of things. As not trying for a 40-20 this time, which is a smart move. Wally Allen taking it up for the 40.
3rd time's the charm, though.
And good kick from Thompson over the head of Romano. Picks it up and almost shepherded over the sideline. But as the Panthers, their prop rotations come through, they've got another fresh pair of legs on the field, and Mansour's already working his way up there. Allison breaking the line, no fullback at home, almost gets around Barnes, but he's playing it there. Third tackle on the 40. Lomu does the same, another good 10 meters, playing it there for the 30. Creaky outside, inside. Mansour can't quite do it, but good field position. Probably not an attacking kick, but a good punting kick coming ahead here from Mataus. Mando again. They're really targeting Demando.
Yeah, and with the way Riley Finn chased, I reckon, that's a great idea. I was going to say it's a good idea. Great idea.
Yep. Great idea. Little bit of confusion there from the two. And Demando just shepherded over the sideline without really much of a fight.
Yeah, poor Jaden Garcia was just looking at Demando, waiting for him to make a move, and he was thinking the exact same thing, and in the end it's cost him here. And at the very least, they're going to get 6 tackles, but with the Raiders' track record, it could be a penalty. Could be a sin bin, could be even more tackles. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
And Metcalf saw a gap, but didn't quite make it over. Wilson again tries a sneaky little Jamison shuffle and is pushed back to play it there for the third. White to Allison. Allison pushing. Turned over and onto his back under the sticks. And Will Kay doesn't even check. Does his job. Does it well.
Competent refereeing.
Fourth tackle. Competent refereeing. Lomu pushing up. Great defensive effort from the Raiders so far. They've got 1 tackle to resist. And Mataus boots it like he just got called something by the ball. And the Raiders gifted a 7 tackle set.
Yeah, talk about a lead foot there from Mataus. He just brought it down the ball, and I think it ended about 5 meters up over the dead ball line. So not even close, unfortunately, to being a good kick there. They're going to have to now defend 7 tackles.
It's almost like the Panthers we're seeing here. They're a different side tonight. They're in the lead and they're not really doing much to extend it any further. They're just happy to coast home with what they've got.
Yeah, playing for contracts is funny, isn't it? Signing, of course, as we spoke about, lifted last week, and now we're 65 minutes in, AMAC. Now it's our time. Which of these players would you keep and which would you cut?
For the Panthers, I would definitely be keeping Romano. He's been absolutely fantastic so far tonight. And Wilson, if they don't put Wilson in the 9 next season, that is a criminal matter. What about you, Snicker?
I would cut Lennox. And I'd also drop him from the team.
As we've got the lock coming in. There's Wilson again. Johnson working his way up to the 30 for the second tackle there. Got about 24 minutes left, and the Raiders still need 10 points, so they're still in the game. But what we've seen so far, they're going to be a hard press to put 2 more tries on tonight. As Johnson, that'll help. You're welcome there, Raiders, for a little bit of a commentator's curse.
You've done that a couple of times, though, actually, AMAC.
Yeah, it's almost like I'm a witch.
You're a wizard, Anthony.
A wizard. No, I didn't have a letterbox growing up, so my letter must have disappeared somewhere. As Rossini working his way up to the 10 for his third. McQueen out to Berkeley. Berkeley holds it, pushes forward for some good post-contact meters. Short little pass to Rossini as he's pushing, but he can't make it over. 5th tackle. What do we see? No kick. And onto our back. So a good attempt there from the Raiders, but just not enough to get over the try line.
Yeah, but anyway, it's a really good spot to hand the ball over 10 meters out from the line and with no 7 tackle set. So that's a minor win. If you can't get a repeat, that's the next best result.
Yep. Except they've got to keep Mansour from breaking the line like that. Playing it there just over the 40.
Yeah, he's had a game there, so with 10 minutes to go, he could really crack this one open.
Yeah, well, with 10 minutes to go, we need to get White back into the box position. We want that Musbet over and done with. The banker roared away last week and stole way too much money from all of us. So I think if it's not going to be tonight, Sunny Ty is going to have another chance to make us some money later on in the round, as Wilson boots it across for Demando. And Demando can't really get far again. They've really had Demando's number tonight, which is great from the Panthers and frustrating, I would imagine, from Demando.
Yeah, he was terrific last season at the Titans, wasn't he? And since he's come to Raiders, he's had a couple of big games, but not the consistency that they might have wanted for him. So, and again tonight, 1 or 2 big runs, but just can't really break the line with the ease that some of the wingers do in the comp at the moment. So, if they can fix him up for next season, he could be a good option to stick around.
Yep. So we've talked about Panthers tonight, Snicko. If you were the Raiders captain with a little toe poke we just saw there, who are you keeping from the Raiders for next season?
I think Barnes is the obvious one. You never want to get rid of him. Of course, they're two. If they have a big three at the Raiders, it's Barnes, Tim James, and Jordan Lewis. And Jordan Lewis and Tim James both look like, well, Tim James is definitely leaving. It looks like Jordan Lewis is as well. So Wally Allen's got a big job in his hand to retain Eli, and then hopefully they can build around him.
Yep. And I would also add Flynn in there. Flynn, with his lovely runaway try earlier tonight, shows that he's got the chops of a great winger there, possibly even a backup fullback if Barnes goes down injured. So maybe just a couple of forwards there for the Raiders, and bit of an error there from the Panthers, and the Raiders are up with a chance, playing it there for the first.
Yeah, great cleanup from Daly there. The bouncing ball, he just swooped on it.
Lane playing it just shy of the 30. Well, has been strong tonight, but hasn't been making as many breaks as he usually does, playing it there on the 40. Berkeley out to Thompson. Thompson again has been kept fairly quiet. So again, the video sessions for the Panthers has been working wonders this week as risky pass out to Barnes, and it works. And Barnes doesn't quite get there all the way, but he makes one hell of a strong attack down the field, playing it on the 20, and they should have a good attacking kick here. And no, Mansour smothers it. But really good defense, really good chase, and the Panthers find themselves struggling already to get out of their 10 to 20 meter zone. So the Raiders are turning up for the last 5 minutes of this game from the looks of things.
Yeah, third tackle on the 10 meter zone isn't where you want to be. If they can't get a big bust here, they're going to be kicking from deep inside their own half, and that's going to give Eli Barnes a lot of space on the kick return.
Bring in the 20-40 kicks.
Mm.
And Panthers, they're going to want a big boot from this one. And Mataus does just that and boots it way over the head of Barnes, who picks it up on his 20 and is off. He makes it just over the halfway, and he plays it just shy of the 40. So the Raiders, they're still in it. They still need 2 tries, and they can almost get it if they score this set. Mando to McQueen. Out to Rossini. Doesn't make it through, but makes some valuable meters. Playing it for the third. Out to Thompson. Back on the inside to Daly. Doesn't get there. Smothered there on the 20, fourth tackle. 2 to go in this set. Berkeley out to Barnes. Out to Flynn. Makes it through the line. Doesn't quite get there, but plays it handily there on the 10th. Lovely attacking there from the Raiders. Now we just need to finish it off with a kick. And here we go. Rossini boots it high. Boots it far. Taps back to Barnes, and Barnes is in. Barnes is in. And we've got 2 minutes left for the Raiders to claw themselves back and have an absolutely epic comeback in the cards. Snicko, 2 minutes. What do you do?
I think they're going to have to score off the kickoff set. They won't get a chance after that. It's certainly going to be a grandstand finish. If they can just get downfield and put up a bomb like that again, Barnes, if you get the tap back, he doesn't get stopped from there very often. Failing that, just back-to-back line breaks. Try and get Cody Mansour to make a tackle and then poke your head through the line while he's still at marker or something. That could be their best option. It's going to be tough. I wouldn't say it's likely for it to happen here, but I think that If it is to happen, that's the way it has to be.
Yep. And the Panthers will be doing everything they possibly can to be holding the Raiders down deep in their field. They can't dare to let them do anything else. As we pass it to Cheddar. And that's what the Panthers would be hoping. Forward one-ups. Queen out to Thompson. Daly, again, another forward. The Raiders need to be giving it to their fast men, playing it there for their second. Playing it slow. McQueen out to Allen. Another forward with a 30. 30 seconds to go. Playing it for the third. McQueen, Thompson. Daly
Here we
again,
go.
but Daly makes it up the field this time. Playing it there for the 40. 10 seconds to go. This will be the last chance they have. Passing it out to Berkeley. Back on the inside to Barnes, and Barnes works his way through. But Mansour's there, and the Panthers have won it.
Yeah, they just could have sucked in Mansour the play before, made him make that tackle on Daly. Barnes might have had a chance there to turn him, but unfortunately he was well set, he was in position. And the Panthers are going to run our well-deserved 4-point winners.
Yep, an electrifying first half, scoring all over the park from both sides, and a nice conservative, really close finish towards the end there. So an excellent game from both sides, I would say.
Yeah, I think Sione Mataus, he really controlled that second half, and he just made sure the Panthers did enough to come away with the 2 points.
Yep, as we come in and see some of those stats to compare these two sides. Again, 4 tries apiece, but it was really those 2 penalty goals that the Raiders gave away that got the Panthers home. So they'll be ruining those a little bit. Massive errors from the Raiders. But again, there's no real big surprise if you'd been watching the first half. Penalties, errors, tackles, about what you'd expect, really. As we move on to the individual players. Cody Mansour, 211 with 6 line breaks and a try to his name. Bailey Wilson playing there. First time I've seen him for a dummy half. Did an absolutely tremendous job there. Some good tackling, some good line breaks, some good kicking, some try assists, some tries for his own. Would you say he was the best of the Panthers tonight, Snicko?
Oh, definitely. I think the captain led from the front. His 2 tries were early, and they sort of broke the back of this Raiders team. Gave them the momentum, and they just skated downhill from there.
And the rest of the back line did some pretty good work too. Romano there, 133. White, 107. Mataus, 128. Some excellent run meters. Not a lot, but enough to get the job done. As we come over to the Raiders, Eli Barnes, 240. No big surprise. If that man gets anything less than 200, well, it just doesn't happen. He always gets over 200. Just not enough to get the Raiders home tonight. Rossini, not a bad stint as a 75-minute lock, 148. Flynn, James, Beats, they are your 100-meter runners, which kind of tells the story of why the scoreline is the way it is tonight.
Yeah, just not enough forwards making an impact there. Wally Allen, 80 minutes, only 99 meters. He was very well contained because he's dangerous when he gets some space, but 1 line break from your left second rower. If you can do that to any team, you're going to be in with a shot.
And we all just take a moment to pause and look at Preston Beats's 104 in his 21-minute stint. Lock that man away now, because that is a forward of the future.
Preston Beats, check your DMs, brother.
Yep, there you go. I wonder what he looks like in a Dolphins jersey there, Snicko.
No comment.
No comment. So I've been your host tonight here, AMAC, with Snicko Bro, 28-24. The Panthers, some excellent form towards the end of the season.